Hello everyone. Welcome to VizConnect, connecting you with the art of data visualization and storytelling. My name is Sagar Kapoor. I'm part of customer success team at Tableau. VizConnect is your weekly Tableau community call, which helps you connect with the art of data visualization and storytelling. It helps you to challenge yourself and participate in Tableau community initiative, learn from the Tableau Zen masters, Tableau ambassador, champions, and master the skill of data visualization, storytelling, and Tableau. So we have our YouTube channel. So all the sessions which are presented in VizConnect are uploaded to our YouTube channel. Go ahead, check out some great videos are waiting for you. We also have a LinkedIn group. Go ahead, connect with the community, learn from each other, and go ahead and get all the updates about LinkedIn over there. With that, also an update for you. So we just had a Tableau conference 2 weeks back, and all the great initiatives and all the great presentations by our community members are there for you to go ahead and binge watch it. So just go to tableauconference21.com and you will be able to go ahead and get all the videos. And plus, there also has been the episodes from the conference of 19 and 20. So a great resource for you to go ahead and leverage. With that, let me go ahead and introduce our speaker for today. It's my honor and privilege to welcome Harim Jung. Harim is a TC21 biggest growth awarded and IAEA data visualization winner for 2019, founder of hashtag CCDV climate change data visualization and SDG specialist. Today, she will go ahead and talk about one of our most, I think, creative and innovative Viz about Let's Breathe Again, in which she will be talking about developing an iconic lung shape with WEF global risk data. So without further ado, let me hand it to Harim to go ahead and talk about our session. Harim, over to you.
Hello, dear Data Fam and VizConnect people. Thank you for having me here today. This is Harim, a leader of the climate change data visualization. And first of all, I want to thank you so much to Mr. Sagal Kaful, the great leader of the VizConnect, and for giving us this kind of great opportunities as well. And I'm actually a big fan girl of the VizConnect, so this is a really honorable moment as well. So who am I? I'd love to talk about myself before we deep dive into the database. I'm a founder of the CCTV, and it literally stands for Climate Change
Harim,
Data
sorry,
Visualization. Mm-hmm.
Harim, sorry. Do you want to share your screen because your screen is not shared right now?
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I'm sorry. I'll share it. All right.
Yes. Perfect. Now you can
Mm-hmm.
go ahead and get started.
All right. So can you see the screen?
Yes, Harim. Go ahead, please.
All right, yeah. I'd love to talk about myself before we deep dive into the database. So, once again, I'm a founder of the CCTV, and it literally stands for the Climate Change Data Visualization. By now, I'm under developing the society to create the climate change related data visualization series for all, and especially they are all about like a risk context. And I'm also a proud UN agency data specialist who is working for SDG intensively. And definitely my life has changed so much after I met the Tableau and the data fam. And there was always a small fire in my mind, and I really wanted to make it like a flame. But after I met the Tableau and data fam, I could learn and I could get so many great resources. So by now I can share the things I got from you data fam. And thankfully, I got nominated for the TC21 Business Award, and I also got the very first VOTD with the last burst game. So this is literally a fantastic experience as well for me. And I'm still like a kidder, so I'm still in love with Lego, and I love coffee and talk and positive thinker. So this is about a short introduction about myself, and I'd love to introduce a bit of the CCTV, as I mentioned. So CCTV is a society to develop the Sustainable Development Goal. Especially, it is focusing on like SDG 7 and 13 because they are mainly about affordable clean energy and climate actions. I have a background with the nuclear engineering so far, and I am also working for the energy industry. And I definitely believe that this kind of climate change and risk vulnerability will impact all of the global world, and not only from the climate, but it will impact on the from the food to the biodiversity, and even finally it will impact on like the surviving matter. So my goal is like I want to make a continuous impact to share the message to the people. So as you can see, this is like my very first product about the climate change related risk. And the data set is from the IAEA, which was like my agency. And they got a source of the press power reactor database. And I got to develop like interactive, but a little bit artistic ways of the nuclear energy. And then I got to develop a kind of the iconic one, just want to catch the eyes of the people to give them the impact on the climate issue. And those are like my one of my favorite part about the nuclear part because whenever they open their cover, then we can lightening our electricity and lightening our energy thankfully without no CO2. That was like my passion and my goal. And this is the last press again after the COVID-19, my newest one, under the vision and the goal of the climate change data visualization. And today I'm going to talk about this one, like not only about the meaning and the context feeling, but how to develop this kind of a long shape. And definitely I got inspired a lot from the great Gen Masters and great data fam and leaders, especially to Brian, Jackie Moore, and Vinod, and Neil, Kevin, Adam, Tristan. I definitely want to say thank you to you all because you guys are always working for free, but share everything you already know. I appreciate so much. So let's talk about like a World Economic Forum, the Global Risk Report 2021. I got the data source and I got the impact and I got the message from this report. And before starting the visualization session, I want to say that I and World Economic Forum have no affiliation though. I got already a personal credit for from the data leader of the World Economic Forum that I can use it for the VizConnect and I can use it for like a nonprofit. So, and I referred mainly these two contexts of the two report. And the first one is the Global Risk Report 2021, and the second one is COVID-19 Risk Outlook. I recommend you to read on them because they are really insightful and they contain like a really meaningful information about the risk and especially about the risk landscape, dealing with the impact and likelihood, and risk horizon, risk forecast survey, and fallout to the world and the greatest concern. Those main four pillars are what data information I've already took for this data visualization. And uh, the full, and I definitely feel like after I read about this report, I got so inspired to visualize the key message because all of the people from the global war we already got so far and we feel like so nervous about what will gonna be happen. But we don't have to feel nervous or not knowing or we can prepare anything after we know like what is going on. So was my inspiration. So let's talk about the ideas. First of all, like I want to convey the key messages like we all deserve the better breath and we definitely overcome the risk together. So I wanted to put like a lung shape. So the left part gonna be like a fallout. The right part gonna be the concern. And I want to connect the two part of the lung with a kind of the iconic shape. So, and then after we explore about this deep visualization part, we could come up with like what will be the upcoming risk end up. And the data generating part is really pretty tricky, but thanks to Tristan, we could get a really great resource from his database website because he already developed like a really great method for how to generate the Voronoi chart. So I'm a big fan of him. So I normally get the data set and I normally manipulate my data set using his website. And this is the reference I used to use because the Pinterest and so many Google or so many resources, they already have great resource so we can get lots of inspirations and ideas. So mainly the shape of the lamp and Voronoi shape, and Senki was like my impact to develop this visualization. So I want to explain like how to develop this kind of the lung shape. So as I said, like I got to use the Tristan's Voronoi generator, to be honest, and Tristan is one of my favorite Gen Master, and he really helped us a lot. And he has a great trick. He has a great Voronoi generator. So I got my own trick to duplicate a data set, like two more sets. So as you can see, all of this three chunk has the same data information, but only I could filter them. So leave it only the needed part alone. This is like how I designed the left side of the line, and exactly the same way, but like a flip and opposite way. This is like how I design my like a right side of the line. So the main idea is like a generated like a straight chunk of the Voronoi, and we shall reshape the design with the color code and some of the LOD or ideas and any kind of the metrics. And then we can normally we generate the Sankey's like a little bit of the spreading style, but this time I want to make them like left and right side going to be like converged way. So in this case, I didn't apply for like keep going on like a spreading way, but I decided to flip it. So both of the side going to be converging and going to be meet together by the middle of the slide. So finally decided my own idea to let the lungs get connected by the bloodline. And this is the layout of the design because I cannot make every single things alone with the Tableau. And the Tableau is a really strong and lovely tool, though it has a kind of a limitation for me, at least about this kind of the, like flexible line or some a little bit of the different typo or some like this kind of iconic images. So I normally tend to design the layout first from the Figma first, and then I put the data visualization on the on above of the layout, so we can make a better harmonization and a better layout. So I want to tell you like how to do this one. Yeah, this is the layout of the Let's Press Again that I already created. So I just normally try to put like an impactful typo, less break, and I use the cookie text and try to keep the layout like at least aligned with the together and not to make the big people feel a little bit tired and give the little bit of the iconic color, so give them categories so everyone can get it the idea like at one side. And this is the outer line of the lung shape, so already designed for the left and right side of the lung and give them some little bit of the explanation and annotation. So unless you know like this is the fallout part and this is the concern, and the middle side going to be like a risk landscape. And here is the Glover risk horizon. So I give them a little bit of the different side of the layout together. So after that, we can export the image data set and then we can put in on the background and we can use from the Tableau. And I also want to explain a little bit about the Voronoi tree map generator because I know so many people have want to use how to develop the Voronoi, but this is pretty hard. And this is not from me. This is thankfully from the Tristan Gillivan, and he's one of the Gen Master from the Data Fam and Tableau, and he already make a Voronoi tree map data generator. So for example, like this is a sample data set he already made, but when you put on like a split by the mandatory, like for example, like country, then each of the component indicating for the country. And the size is going to be like a CO2 volume, and the shape going to be the circle, and group by. The meaning of the group is like a main big chunk. So as you can see, like a bit of the 7 chunk of the part maybe divided by the group, 7 groups, and you can see the little shape of the components are split by the country. In this case, I have to make a kind of the shape of the lamp. So I make a 3 divided like groups, and I split the little size of the components with the indicator, and then I just give them a filter like this way. So let's go to the Tableau, like Excel file, like how I did it. So it might seem a little bit, complicated for you, but this is really simple. So we need to divide like 3 divided per lamp. So this is exactly the same, exactly the final extracted file of what I've used. So this is a full generated file I'm using with the observable one from the Tristan. And as you can see, I said like I already duplicated like 3 part of the group, so only one is allowed for us, but I already duplicated 2 and 3 more set, so we can filter by, and we can filter by the group. So only choosing like 1 or 2 or 3 is depending on your taste and your intention. So the left side going to be 1, and the right side going to be 2, and the bottom going to be 3, but I didn't use the 3 in this time. So for example, about the figure 1, the indicator going to be like abrupt adoption, and the path going to be 1. So let's see how it comes. See, like exactly same bar value, numeric value is same, indicators are same, and categories are same, and the name categories is also same, but only the group is different. This is like how the Voronoi shape could be manipulated as a long shape, as it at least like at this point. So I will explain like how to do this one. So this is the final cut of the production of the Let's Press Again. As you can see, the background is from the Figma I already designed. So we can extract it and we can get it from the Figma and then just put it back. So for example, so I already added, for example, like I already put the word economic for a long main shape PNG file. So we put it back from the background, and now we got the layout, and we got a little bit of the storytelling. Like I want to put the long shape, and then I want to put the risk horizon, like a little bit of the different shape of the bar chart. So let's start it. The Voronoi concept is what I already explained. Like we use like a 3 part of the group, and we can just choose and filter whatever we want. So unless like a grade is concerned for the word, the fallout, the left part, we're gonna use the 1, and the second one, the right one, we're gonna use the group 3. So the color code is already applied. The color code is already applied. So I just make a functionality like if the name is like grade is concerned, then we're gonna use the group 1. Name gonna be the fallout, then we're gonna use the 3. So as you can see, 3 and 1 comes out like this way. So what's the data set inside of the left side? I mean like a fallout. As we can see, it has a like a 5 category. As you can see, the color code 5 category, and it has all different indicator, and it has actually the all different value. value. As you can see, 33 and some this numeric value. But as you can see, our entire goal is like transform and transfer this information into a Voronoi lung shape. So, and this is the left side, and this is the right side of the information. The metric is exactly the same. We're gonna use the group 1 for this one, and we're gonna use the group 3 this one. So let's see. This is the final cut of the left side, and I will explain like how to develop this one. So let me start with you. So don't forget, this is the left side, the full out, and the group 1 is already set for. Group 1 is already set for. So we started like already filtered group 1 and the full out. And let's see, the Voronoi generator is like working with X and Y and with the path. But we have to put like either the polygon or line, but in this part, I use the polygon and line together, so I will explain like how to do this one. First, I want to generate a polygon shape of the Voronoi first. So we need to drag the X to the column and Y to the row and just leave it. And we need a path to put in, like following the path. So finding the path in here, path. And what do we need for this kind of information? We already got the color like a category because the color is working by the category. So we need to put the category for color. And what is the components inside of the Voronoi? They are indicator, right? So we need to put the indicator as a detail. And what are the size? We have to put the R for the detail. All right, takes a bit of time. And we also need to put the category and group. Just let me wait a little bit for the computer is working on because I'm sharing the screen and things a bit heavy for the computer. Meanwhile, let's check for the values, like how it's working. Group, indicator, category, R, color, and path. Yes, actually everything is working right away, but it seems a bit of a time. So let's go to the ready-made page. So, oh, this is so loud. I think my computer has a problem. Oh, now it seems to be working. All right, so now they are okay, and category have to be go to the detail, and we have to put the color because we already set for the color like if the name and the group is matched, then the category is indicating the color. So the color going to be the color. And let's see how it seems. And this is the shape of the fallout, but I want to make it flip. So I won't make it the row going to flip. Now you can see a kind of similar way, right? And let me show you like if we not filter the group, then you can see like a full size of the Voronoi. This is right now it's picked on the white, but if I change the color like a gray, then you can see it was supposed to be like a kind of the full shape of the circle, but this is a kind of trait. So pick it for the white, and then I don't need this color, so rather to hiding. So I will leave only one. So this is done. But this is how we actually make the Voronoi shape with the Voronoi generator and an X and Y with the Tableau. So you don't need to only using the Tableau when it comes to think about like this kind of the artistic feature or this kind of the tricky way, but end up the Tableau is working on like X and Y, so you can you don't have any kind of limitation or any kind of impossible way when you spend the ways. And in this case, I want to make the board a little bit thicker, then we can make it really a simple way. Just duplicate it, and both are like a polygon, but I don't want this one as like a polygon. I want to change like a line. But so okay, we got the line one, linear one, but I don't want this color for color, so remove the color, and I want it white, and let's see like how it comes. So make it dual axis, and seems well, but it's not wrong. So we need to synchronize axis. Then yeah, this is the right way we wanted to create it. So let's check the axis. Like I already set like a tooltip for the axis. So yeah, minus 550 and 0. Minus to fix and to the 0, then it will come a little bit up, right? And let's see, minus 20 to 320. Yeah. All right. So now we can get the left side of the line, and as you can see, you can see some some label inside of here. But one of the things I want to tell you is like they are indicating the indicator actually, indicator column. As you can see, the category, indicator, and R. So we can see the category is economic risk. Indicator is a prolonged recession of the global economy, and the value of the R is 58.5%. But if you put the indicator on the label or something, you cannot. See, the polygon is not aligned to put the label on the bottom body. And if you put any kind of the indicator as a label, that it will see it comes like totally a different way. As you see, this is not the way you want to convey or you want to display. This is a headache, and the label only shows like our horizontal way, so we don't need to put like this way. But we have a way like annotation. So for example, this is I want to delete this one. I will tell you how to do. So I want to put exactly the same way of the indicator, then just click on the right button and put up the annotate and the mark. Let's see like how it seems. So all right, just delete them, and I just want to leave the indicator, but like a white color, and maybe this is too big, so I want to put like 8 size. But let's see how it seems. See, this is now we got some kind of the information about the indicator, but this is not exactly the same way I want to put. So let's change the format. Since the shading is 90%, but I don't want the shading and I don't want the line either. So put like this way. So now you can put the information inside of the Voronoi shape, inside of the body, and they are working exactly the same. So let's practice once again like this red shape. The red is part of the societal, and click on the annotate and put the mark. And let's make it a little bit cleaner. We don't need to put the border, and the size of 8 is adequate. So put it here and drag it inside of the body. And the format, no shading. And I don't want line 2. Yeah, this is the way. But I want to make it a little bit tighter than on the right side. And this seems a bit bigger than I want to put like size of 8. It was already 8, then maybe like 7. Yeah, that seems a bit better. So let's try to make the second part, the right part of the line. This is about the concern part. The data set of the concerning is greatest concern for the word is about they are also containing like exactly the same category, because from the start we got the data set from the risk report and they have a same color for the category technically, and they got loss indicator, but as you can see both of the indicator has a little bit of different portion per each indicator. So let's see how it's conveyed and how the size of the volume going to be displayed. So this is the second part of the right one, and let's develop together exactly the same way we've done. So only the filter and the gradient concern, but not the direct filtering this time. So let's drag the X to the column, drag the Y to the row, and what do we need to put? Go back to the data set. This is the right side. We need to put the category as color, right? So we need to put the color, and we also convey the indicator in R, right? So let's do category for the detail, and this is the Voronoi, so we need to drag the path to the path. Let the X and Y find their way and get the connection, and we need to put the color. Oh, and I forgot to change polygon, so color to the color, and we need to bring up the indicator to the detail. All of the information on our width, and the R going to be detail about the size. It's already R calculated though. I want to put some, R so we can get it from the tool table or any kind of information when we need it. So let's wait a little bit more, as it needs some time to, processing inside of Tableau. And the way of the developing Voronoi is exactly the same like the rollout and the concern. So I cannot call this is a tricky or something that creative one, but I think this is a kind of the flexible way of the thinking, because Voronoi doesn't have to be only a full shape. You can make it like a half shape or like a quarter, or even like this kind of the little bit of the tricky, but you can make like a creative way whatever you want, and you can give some of the thickness about the border. I think this is the kind of detail we can apply. All right. Take a bit of time. Sorry. And meanwhile, let's talk about the color code. This is really simple. Oh, just some problem right now. Follow the color in this case, since it's up here. So let's develop a color code together then. So we already make like based on the name and based on the group, we decided to put the color right and based on the category. So I will tell you like how to develop the color code. So what we need is like greatest concern and most like to call out. And for example, create a color calculated field. I want to call like a color reshape. And if the name is edit alias easily and the row is one, then category elif name edit most likely full out word and the row category and else we will give them like what. This is the simple code. So let's try and apply. So let's go back to the colors and we already got the color read. So let me try if it's work or not. So drag it to the color. I'm sorry, it takes so long time. So maybe we need to jump into a different part. Maybe it will take me some time. Anyway, the main idea is like we can use we can pick the color code and simply we can manipulate the color and make it seems a bit tricky, but like we can put when we put like a white and when we hide it, then only the needed part going to be show up. So yeah, this is the thank you part, but I don't think it will processing a little bit faster. So from this time, I will not to processing from the 0 to end. I will just explain about explain it with the already made chart. I think that is a better way to explain. I'm sorry.
Hey, Harim, can you hear me now?
Yeah, I'm hearing you. It has some problem right now.
No, please go ahead. No problem.
All right. I'd rather open a different file. So, all right.
Yep, looks good.
Yeah. So due to the technical issue right now with my computer, I think this is a sharing. That's why it's too late. So I'd rather not to touch the chart, but I will explain it from like how to do this one. So we already developed like a long shape. So from the start, we have to design and develop our thank you part, the bloodline. And as I mentioned, like what we need to do is like making a converged way of the bloodline. So as you can see from the part, oh, it takes some time. All right, so Yeah, all right. So they are coming like a spreading converged way. So this is the starting part are the indicator and the ending part are like a category. So as you remember, like the blue ones are economist reason, and this one, and the red one is societal, and the purple one is technical part. And let's see the case of the likelihood. Oh, the left part is the impact curve, and the right part is the likelihood curve. And there's some problem with color, so I'd rather delete it. And try to rather open a different file. This one. All right, I'm so super sorry due to the issues. I have no idea why it doesn't show. All right, so let's see the case of the risk horizon. And let's not to miss the time. Yeah, so I will explain about what is the risk horizon data. So risk horizon data is talking about the risk horizon literally, and the first sector is like telling the clear present danger like a short term, and the second one like the midterm, and the last one is like the long term. So far we don't know like what will comes along and what will happen after this COVID and this kind of disaster. But when we found out that this report and data set, we can get the ideas like what will come through and as a context of the risk. And this is the category we got from the report. And oh, seems it's not working from here. A different file. So this is the risk horizon, as I say. So let's see the sector and indicator as with the show header. So this is the short one, this is the medium one, and this is a long term. So I will tell you like how to develop this one. You can duplicate the file, and let's see, develop this one. So it's starting from the sector first, like a short and mid and finer, the long term, and let's see the indicator later. And now we got it. And I want to show the value of R as a column, and I have to put it like average value. And I want to put the category as a color. So I want to see like what is come through like economic and environmental and geographic. And I want to show them like a barbell style. So duplicate it and change it like a bar and reducing the size and reducing the opacity. And I want to make it like dual axis. Now you can see something different chart. But as we remember, like I want to put the data set like upside down kind of the shape, then we have to manipulate the data set. As you remember, clear the solve first, manually the not going to be the middle. Yeah. We have to make them like working for flip. So I have to reshape like if the sector is like knock-on effect, then we have to, put like a minus value and then L is going to be R. And let's apply this one. Exactly put it in the same place. Exactly put it in the same place. And change like average value. We don't need a sum at this point. So see, now we got the same shape, synchronize axis and hiding the header. We don't need to header, and we don't need to show the header from the sector and individual. So now we got this one. And I couldn't give you an explanation bit, but as I already mentioned that we have to make the Sankeys like a converged way to let the both of the lung have to be meet together on the middle size. We still have some issues with the conversion way. So anyway, so let's do the things we have to do. So this is the part we already designed for the left one, and this is the part we already designed for the right one. Let's move for the Sankeys come through. And this is the part of the risk horizon we already put together, using the same color code. And the one thing I want to ask you is like, as you can see from this Voronoi, we used this data set. And from the Sankey, chapter comes along. Rather plugin here. Yeah, let's drag it. So this is the part of the curve. So let's bring the curve, impact curve from here. So don't forget and don't get worried that this is the simple way we have to put like this way, because the picture is already on the background. So delete the title and bring the likelihood curve here. Same way we have to clear all the left part, delete, and hiding the title. And we don't need this part. And now we got almost like the same shape we already wanted to put. So here. And I don't want, they are come like this too close. So let's change the layout. On put the layout, and let's see the kind of layout. So I don't want to keep them padding. Keep padding like 0. And we have to make them move a little bit, right side. So unplay, and I want to move it, keep them padding on the left side. So like 10. It's like 14. All right, this is enough. So now we got a similar shape, right? So I don't want the top, I don't want the bottom, I don't want the left either. So like this way. And there's one really important thing is like when it comes to think about the highlighting or something, when you click on the societal one, it is indicating the all related things, as you can see from here. But what I want to tell you is like the Sankey parts, even the two Sankey, they are using different data set. Sankey likelihood, Sankey impact, and the long data shape, they got to the same data set, but we all have 4 different data sets. And in this case, how we can, manage the highlight and action issues. So in this case, we have to use the Tableau dashboard action. Yeah. So, action. So let's see. I already put like a 3 indicating action. So let's see the highlight blood indicator first. So what is the highlight blood indicator? As you can see, the impact curve, both of the Sankey, when we click on the Sankey, I also let the Sankey is correlated to each other, and they comes together with the same indicator. So for example, like So I want to see the kind of the case of this red one. Then if I click one, the correlated indicators are, indicating and highlighting the same way, because I already put the actions for both of the Sankey chart. They are working and highlighting, targeting together, following the indicator. And highlight the lung. I want to see like how to highlight the lung. When we click on the category, then the highlighted category is going to be highlighted, right? So this is the color. This is a color. And when we click on the color, then about the concern part, and fallout part, and impact curve part, and likelihood curve part going to be, working together, following the color. And what is the color then? We have to figure out like what is color, because all of the data set was different. I already put the color for the parameter. And let's see the case of the highlight. When we click on the color, and we also give the impact curve and likelihood curve, and we go to the select, and the correlated the part and going to be like all selected and highlighted. So now finally, when you click on the specific category, then only the related part is coming through in horizontally. All right. And this is all about like how I developed less press again. And due to the kind of the technical issue with the computer processing, I'm really sorry about due to the lack of the sourcing, but I really appreciate like this kind of the opportunity. And I want to ask you, I want to give you a chance to ask me any kind of question if you have. And once again, thank you so much for the great opportunity for having a session with the VizConnect, and I will try my best to answer whatever you want to ask. All right, thank you.
Hey, thank you, Harim, and thank you for sharing your innovative and the most creative Viz which I have seen on Tableau Public. So thank you for that. So if you have any question for Harim, please feel free to go ahead and put it in the chat or Q&A tab. Happy to go ahead and ask her. I want to ask you, Harim, how did your journey with Tableau started, and what was the role of Tableau community in helping you to go ahead and starting with you in your journey over here?
To be honest, I'm the one who struggled by myself, because I was not that brave, to get into the tablet community. Like normally, lots of the people is intending or including some societal like makeover Monday, but I didn't have a time and I didn't have that encouragement inside. But I try to follow the Kevin Flores and the Flores twins and some really famous like Gen Masters blog. And I started to learn and follow their tutorial. And then time to time, I feel like, oh, why not? I have to get involved to the tablet community like DataFam and VizConnect and all of the really, incredible sources. So there was a kind of my journey that I could come along with the natural way to learn and get inspired. And finally, I feel like, wow, this is my time to, turn the ideas and the, technical part to the people, because I already learned and got the people so much, so.
Thank you, Harim. And what will be your advice for someone who is just starting with Tableau or the community?
Pardon, you asked me like advice to share or?
That's right. That's right. Yeah. Advice for someone who is just starting with Tableau and how they can go ahead and get started with Tableau community.
I definitely recommend them to, just starting with the, really famous one like Makeover Monday or like a Tableau user group, within the regional community, because the case of the Korea, I'm not that, I'm not that right about we have a regional community group, but we have a, online group like Tableau user group Korea, and we already got a great source like a workout make a Monday and work a Wednesday and biz for social good. And there are so many, great resources you can get involved, and you don't have any limitation to get access because lots of people already share for free. So I think all of the thing the Tableau newbie have to do is like get a little bit of the break more, and don't worry to make your voice and try to get connected to people, because everyone I wanted to reach out, they were really, really, really happy to help me, and they were so kind, and they were like, they were happy to share the everything single knowledge they already have. So I definitely recommend the newbies try to get connected to Gen Masters or some mentor and try to learn and try to share the roles together. I think that is a really good connection.
Thank you, Harim. And I think with that, I don't see any questions from the people online. We
Mm-hmm.
should go ahead and conclude this session. Thanks a lot
Mm-hmm.
for coming on VizConnect and sharing your knowledge and sharing this creative viz with everyone and how they can go ahead and create it in Tableau. So thanks a lot for that.
Oh, thank you so much. And once again, sorry for the technical issue, but I'll try to share it, all the resources on the, Tableau link, and you let the people can download it. Thank you
Sure,
so
Harim,
much,
no problem in
Sagar.
that. Yeah.
Really appreciate so much.
Thank you, Harim. With that, thanks a lot, everyone, for joining. Take
Yeah,
care, be safe, and we'll see you next week. Thank
yeah.
you.
Thank you. Thank you all.